crisis, and it is affecting more than 1/3 of the U.S. population. Leah Moses is a board-certified nurse midwife with Intermountain Health and a board member of the Utah Domestic Violence Coalition, and also a mother of a teenage son that was lost to family violence just last year. Leah, thank you so much for being here and to talk about this very important topic.
Thanks for inviting me.
We are so glad to have you. Now, this is something that is happening right here in our backyards. A lot of times we think that this can't be happening in Utah, but it is.
It really is, and it's affecting our neighbors. I mean, you could have mother, sister, friend, cousin, and you wouldn't know. Sometimes we think it only happens in the movies, but it's not. It's right here in Utah.
And how is that affecting somebody's health?
Well, we call them social drivers of health, the things that affect our health, like relationships. In fact, actually really serious adverse women's health effects can be issues with cardiology, diabetes. Higher incidence of these things actually happen to women who experience intimate partner violence.
That is incredible. I had no idea that it impacted somebody's health, like bringing on a disease or something like that. So what is Intermountain doing to help these people that are in these relationships right now?
Well, we feel really strongly about screening. So the way that it works in healthcare is that we ask questions in the clinic and also in hospital settings. And basically it's, are you safe at home? It's more than that. We ask some detailed questions, even specifics about, have you been hit, kicked, slapped? I mean, these are serious issues.
Right.
And it's not just the physical violence, but also, has anyone forced you to do anything sexually that you don't want to do? Are you in a situation where you are controlled financially, emotionally? And it's not a long conversation in clinic, and many times women actually don't answer yes the first time.
Right. Well, you've been trying to hide this for so long, right? That's like the personal struggle that's going on. And that's why it's so important with having the midwives being there, because you guys develop that relationship. Can you tell us a little bit about how midwives are helping people specifically?
Sure. Well, first of all, midwives are kind of like OBs. We do all prenatal care, gynecology, birth control, we offer prescriptions, all of that. And within Intermountain, we're an integral part of the women's healthcare system. So along with all of the rest of our colleagues, PAs, NPs, OBs, we ask these questions in clinic to make sure that we're casting the net really wide. Because we want to make sure that we capture women when they're in a situation where they're showing up to healthcare. That means they're making an effort, to present and ask questions about their health and be asked questions. So it's a great environment to be able to be in a place where you're with someone who you trust.
Right. It's not like you were saying, sometimes it's not the first time that you ask that you'll get that answer. Now, I know that you have a story and that your life has been touched personally by family violence. Would you mind sharing a little bit about your story?
Sure. I mean, it's actually how I got into healthcare. So I had some providers during a pregnancy of mine that were so kind, and they asked, well, they actually just said, you can do better. I think they just noticed that I was having these social drivers of health affect me. And as we talked together in prenatal visits, there were some times where it was really difficult. I didn't share. And it ended up, that they recognized that I was experiencing intimate partner violence. And because of that, I was safe for longer than I probably would have been, because I was a little bit more aware.
Yeah.
But eventually, we had a tragedy that shouldn't ever happen in any family.
Well, and now you're able to use that and to help other people because you have been there yourself. So thank you so much for sharing your story and for all the people that you're helping. Now, where can people go for more information, especially if they're going through something themselves?
Well, two different places I can think of right now. One is, if you would like to have a private, individual, safe conversation, go to your women's healthcare provider. And even an annual exam can be a great time to discuss. You don't have to come in and talk about anything else. You can actually just talk about that.
Okay.
And the next place is the Utah Domestic Violence Coalition, the Link Line.
Perfect. And all that information is going to be on your screen. Thank you so much for being here today.
You're welcome.